Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Joey the Veiled Cottage Witch, and this is another episode of One Card in 4 Decks. Today we are talking about the elusive Hermit card. This is one of my favorite cards because I really don't have a problem being alone and being in solitude. Alone with my thoughts, alone with my books. Yeah, I sometimes go to restaurants by myself. I have no problem doing that whatsoever. I've always kind of been a loner. I didn't have that many friends in school, so I'm kind of used to being by myself. So I slip right on into that hermit mode as needed. So I have no problem with that. The crystal for the hermit is the beautiful labradorite. Look at those beautiful flashes of light in there, echoing the flashes of light in the hermit's lantern. So labradorite is all about transformation, inner guidance, and it stimulates spiritual awakening. It enhances intuition, and it facilitates access to hidden knowledge. So I love that about labradorite. So I chose it for the hermit. So I thought that was pretty appropriate. So even though the hermit is such a simple card, he is so full of so much symbolism. So the hermit is basically, he's a Virgo card. And Virgos are all about the minutia. Minutia is a word I learned from my bestie, Bobby Fierro, over at Wild Raven Tarot. And minutia is someone who is, minutia is the small details of every day, the very tiny details. And when you deal with the tiny details day in and day out, it gets very tiresome, right? So sometimes you need an escape from the minutia. This is where the hermit comes in. Now, the number 9 is all about, you're almost there. You're almost to the 10, but sometimes the 9s can be almost the most stressful number because of that. 9s are not quite the 10. You're not quite done, but it's like that last mile of running a marathon. You know, it's where we get a little bit stressed out, right? So that's kind of a stressful number because it's that last push through. So with the hermit, let's talk about his lantern. So inside his lantern, I'll get up real close. You can see a 6-pointed star. This is one of my favorite symbols. The 6-pointed star corresponds with as above, so below. It's one of the Hermetic principles or the law of correspondence. As above, so below. So the spiritual work that the hermit does when he goes off alone in solitude is going to have an effect on the physical plane when he comes back. And that is so important to keep in mind. When I do energy work on a client, I seal in the work of each chakra with a 6-pointed star, because the metaphysical work that I do is going to have a physical effect on the body. That's what the 6-pointed star does. The work on the spiritual plane is going to have an effect on the physical plane when he comes back. And I think that's a beautiful concept. Now, the lantern itself stands for wisdom and spiritual enlightenment. It signifies the knowledge the hermit carries, and it only eliminates a limited portion of the path ahead. This signifies that while he possesses great wisdom, not everything will be revealed to him at once. So he has to continue the journey of self-discovery and spiritual growth. Things are going to be revealed to him little by little by little, right? But it also is a reflection of the inner wisdom, the light within him, and that he should seek guidance from inside himself and trust his intuition to help him navigate life's challenges. That makes sense to you guys? So the light means many things. It's not just a light. It's also the light inside of him. So moving on to the next symbol, we have the staff. And the staff is the hermit's personal wisdom, his strength, his authority, his stability, and his support. This true spiritual mastery comes from within. And he possesses the strength and inner power to overcome obstacles and achieve his goals. But he also provides his own grounded stability, signifying with the staff, and support in the midst of life's uncertainties. He already has that support, right? He's got his own support system, his staff, right? And now let's talk about the mountain that he's on, this snowy mountain. So that mountainous setting is his attainment, his growth, his achievement. The hermit is on top of the mountain, and that signifies the wisdom that he has attained through pursuing the highest truth. And he conquers his own obstacles by gaining invaluable insights and experiences that contributes to his own personal growth and spiritual development. So every time he's overcome something, that is an achievement that gets him higher and higher and higher up the mountain. Now, the setting also signifies a sense of solitude and seclusion, right? We talked about that right away. And this is a powerful reminder that at times we need to retreat from the distractions of everyday life, the minutia, to reconnect with our inner selves, to gain clarity and foster spiritual growth. So it may look like a simple card, but there's a lot going on here, right? Exactly. So that's our hermit. This is when we need to get a little lost. Get away from social media. We need to take a social media fast, right? Or we need to have a little vacation, find ourselves. And that's what the hermit is all about. So let's look at the Astromatrix Tarot's hermit. And look at this guy. He's off to his cabin in the woods. He's got everything he needs. He's got his staff, look, he's got a little owl, little companion. So he's not totally alone. And that could be representative of his inner wisdom and inner guidance. He's got a flashlight. That's his lantern, right? He's got a fire to keep him warm. What more do you need, right? He is looking outward toward the future. So he's very contemplative. He's keeping warm. He's doing what he can to provide for himself. And he's very happy here. He needed that break away from all the family, all the friends, and just escape. To have his little cabin in the woods away from everything. I love this card. It's so modernized, but it's still very relevant. And now we have the Guardian of the Night Tarot. And here we have a spider. And the spider has worked well to set up a web to trap food, right? And is hanging out in this little hidey hole. This reminds me of quarantine, of lockdown, when we had to get everything that we needed and stock up and stay inside and, basically hunker down. And, and have things delivered to us and basically just get to know ourselves and to get to know our families again and Zoom calls and all of that. It forced us to be alone. It forced us into solitude, right? That's what we had to do. The world outside our little web. But we made it through, right? I love this as a representation of the Hermit because that's what we had to do. Yep. Sometimes we have to hunker down. Sometimes we have to kind of, say, turn all the lights out and pretend like nobody's home and don't answer our phone and don't answer our door just so we can get some privacy, some isolation. This is not, so when this card's reversed, and when any of the Hermit cards are reversed, this is not healthy isolation. This is hurtful isolation. When you are isolating and not dealing with your problems, that becomes a problem. That becomes unhealthy isolation. So the Hermit is not about that. This is healthy isolation, healthy solitude, to come back to yourself. All right. Want to make that clear. All right. Now here is the dark reflections. We talked a little bit about the reversal. This is it. This is the dark reflections, Hermit. I'll have you note the lantern is not lit. Look at his eyes. They're red. So they can be red with anger, with fury, right? He's obviously not dealing with his problems at all. And the 6-pointed star is actually on his staff. So to me, and he's at the bottom of the mountain, not at the top. So to me, he's looking straight at us. He's not looking forward, or down. He's not looking forward. He's looking straight at us. To me, that means he's blaming others for his problems. He's pointing at everybody else. He's looking at everybody else to put the blame on anyone but himself, right? The six-pointed star on his staff tells me that this is avoiding working on any kind of self-reflection whatsoever. The as above, so below symbol should be in the lantern, but it's in the staff. So he's looking to blame others, to point that authority elsewhere, right? Yeah, this is when we want to blame others instead of taking self-accountability. Yeah. I mean, he is not trying to escape, or he's not trying to find himself in solitude. He is trying to, well, first of all, he's not using his staff for stability. He's using it as authority to, at any moment, he's going to point that at someone and say, it's your fault. You know, this is not self-discovery. This is the blame game. Do you guys agree? It could be read with anger, with envy, with any kind of toxic emotions. But yeah, there's no self-accountability whatsoever in this picture. So that was the Hermit in the Rider-Waite Smith, the Astromatrix Tarot, the Guardian of the Night Tarot, and the Dark Reflections Tarot. So how do you interpret the Hermit? Please let me know down in the comments below. I'd really like to get your input on this. Please give this video a like, share with others. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more. Hit that bell for notifications. You can financially support this channel by buying me a coffee. All the details are down below, or you can simply scan this QR code right here. You can please visit my website at theveiledcottagewitch.com. You can book a reading, book a class, book a workshop. Some classes are even available online. So reach out to me, or go hit me a message on my website, because a lot of those I can teach online. So hit me up if you're interested in that. Please visit my online store. I have herbal remedies, but I also have spell and ritual supplies. But please don't forget to enter that code word at checkout, all caps veiled, to get your free shipping. That is only available through this YouTube channel, so don't forget to do that. That is my gift from me to you. And but most of all, please remember to live your best life and live for yourself. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.